Hey everybody, it is Monday morning pre-market. Actually, the market is about to open up. It is 9:15 Eastern Time. Options trading opens at 9:45. Quick reminder to my massive follower base, which all of you I appreciate. This is not financial advice. As you will see, I'm mostly documenting my mistakes in this experiment. And again, this experiment is comparing the CONY ETF on a monthly basis to attempting to execute the Coinbase wheel strategy using cash secured puts and covered calls. So again, this is February 12th pre-market. Just a quick reminder, on last month, we did beat the CONY managers on total return and distribution using the Coinbase or the coin wheel strategy. We did that based on deploying at the time was $14,900 in capital, and comparing that to what those shares, what that amount of capital would have purchased of CONY. This month we have $27,000. So month two, we have $27,000 reserved for this trade. And again, I carried over from last month into this month 100 shares that I got assigned at a 135 cost basis. Excuse me. So let's start out here. This experiment started on the 7th. And as you can see, CONY's recovered nicely. Coin is up a lot. So it's up about $20 a share from the beginning of the month. As you can see, I sold my first contract a week ago or so, which was the beginning of the Coinbase, or I'm sorry, the CONY. Actually, it was, this experiment month two started on the CONY ex-div date because we ended the experiment the month before, or the day before ex-div date. And I sold a call at my cost basis of 135 when the stock was 121. And as you can see, coin is way up. I sold that for almost a week and a half or 2 days. I think it was about a week and a half expiration. So expiring this Friday. And yeah, so I'm getting crushed on that call. And I sold a put last Friday at 125. So about 10% out of the money when I sold it. It's a little bit more than 10% out of the money right now based on pre-market. So let's kind of talk about what would be the best outcome for this week. The best outcome would be Coinbase closes on Friday below 135, but above 133, let's say. So what would happen then? Well, both of my contracts would expire out of the money, and I would be able to sell the next week. So I think that's the 19th. I would be able to sell a new call contract, probably in the 140s, which would collect a decent premium and allow for some capital gains. The big unknown this week is that Coin releases earnings. I think it's Thursday after the bell. And so depending on how those earnings go, and then also depending on how Bitcoin does this week, I think over the last week, Bitcoin saw a pretty good recovery from the low 40s to the high to mid 40s. And so I think that was part of driving the Coinbase recovery. So those two variables will probably drive what happens this week. Well, for sure, they're going to drive what happens this week, and the earnings being the number one issue. So again, we want Coinbase to close Friday above 125 for sure, but below 135. But in the mid 130s, below 135. So low mid 130s would be awesome. Again, this is not financial advice. I will put out videos this week to help kind of document what happens. If there's any major moves that allows me to close the contract, sell a new contract, I'll document that. But again, this is not financial advice. I really appreciate everybody watching this. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Have a great week.